It started with my legs. Every morning, I felt slower. Not just tired, but weak. Cold. Heavy. At first, I blamed my age. I told myself, well, you're 70 now, that's just how it goes. But I was wrong. Leg weakness in the elderly isn't always about aging. It's a signal. And like many seniors, I missed that signal, until I ended up in the emergency room, clutching my chest. Hi, I'm Harold Bennett. I'm 76, a retired high school teacher. A few years ago, I suffered a silent heart attack. No chest pain. Just tired legs and morning dizziness. Turns out, my heart was giving out slowly, and my circulatory system was struggling. Here's the truth most people don't hear: your legs talk before your heart screams. Poor blood flow, especially in the legs, is often the first sign of a stressed cardiovascular system. And for us seniors, those little signs come early, especially in the morning routine. Did you know? The first 60 minutes after waking up are the most dangerous hour of the day for people over 60. That's when blood pressure spikes, arteries are stiff, and any small mistake can quietly damage your heart. The danger doesn't always start in the chest, it often starts in the feet. That's why in this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 morning habits silently killing your circulation, weakening your legs, and stressing your heart. And don't skip out early. Habit number 1 is something almost every senior does right after waking up. It's the most common, and also the most dangerous. So tell me in the comments, have you ever felt leg heaviness, cold feet, or dizziness in the morning? You're not alone. Like this video if your health matters. Subscribe and stay with me, because we're going to protect your heart one morning at a time. Your heart doesn't always scream when it's in danger. Sometimes, it whispers. Through your legs. That's what my cardiologist told me. And to this day, I still remember the chill it sent down my spine. See, we're used to thinking heart problems only mean chest pain or shortness of breath. But in reality, poor circulation in the legs, cold feet, and even leg weakness in the elderly can be early signs of heart problems. Let's break this down. Every night, your body slows. Your blood pressure in the elderly naturally drops. Your heart takes a rest. But when the morning comes, everything shifts, and fast. Your body needs to jumpstart blood flow. But if your cardiovascular system is aging, or your arteries have become stiff, that blood doesn't circulate as quickly. It struggles to reach your extremities, your legs, your feet. This is when seniors start feeling what we call silent symptoms. Tingling or numbness in the feet. Heavy legs. Dizziness when standing. Morning fatigue despite 8 hours of sleep. All of these can be caused by poor blood flow, and may point to peripheral artery disease, a common but overlooked circulatory disorder in people over 60. I didn't go to the hospital because of chest pain. I went because I fell. I stood up from bed too fast, and my legs just gave out. I hit the floor. Hard. My doctor later told me it wasn't my legs that failed, it was my circulation. My heart had been quietly struggling for months. Think about that. A man walks perfectly fine at night, but wakes up and can barely trust his legs. That's not just age. That's a system under pressure. So when your morning routine includes feeling weak, cold, or lightheaded, listen to your legs. They may be telling you your heart is in trouble. Drop a comment, "That's me," if you felt it. Like this video if you've ever wondered why your mornings feel harder. And stick around, because in the next part, I'll show you habit number 1 that silently pushes your heart too far. And how to reverse it with a glass of water. It's just water. How dangerous could it be? That's exactly what I used to think. Every morning, I'd wake up, open the fridge, grab a cold bottle of water, and take a few big gulps. It felt refreshing, like I was doing something good for myself. But I was wrong. Dead wrong. For people over 60, the way you drink water in the morning can silently put pressure on your heart, raise your blood pressure, and weaken your circulation, especially in your legs. Let's take a closer look. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. You haven't had any fluid in hours, your blood is thicker, and your cardiovascular system is working harder just to move that dense blood through your arteries. And if you're older, your arteries aren't as flexible as they used to be. They've lost elasticity. That's natural with age. But what it means is that sudden changes, like drinking ice-cold water, can trigger serious reactions. Drinking cold water first thing in the morning causes blood vessels to constrict. This rapid narrowing of arteries leads to a temporary spike in blood pressure, increases your heart rate, and forces your heart to pump harder. For someone with already stiffened arteries, that's a dangerous combination. This is exactly what was happening to me. Every morning, I felt slightly dizzy. My legs felt heavier. I assumed I had just gotten up too fast. I thought it was just age. During a routine checkup, my cardiologist asked about my morning habits. When I told him about my cold water routine, he stopped me mid-sentence. "Harold," he said, "your arteries are like rubber bands that have been left in the sun too long. They've stiffened. Cold shocks them. That's why your circulation drops, your legs feel weaker, and you get dizzy." It made so much sense. I wasn't just tired, I was dehydrated, constricted, and putting my heart under stress every single morning. Since then, I've made a small change that made a big difference. I drink 1 glass of lukewarm or room temperature water as soon as I wake up. I sip it slowly, giving my body time to adjust. And you know what? My mornings feel different now. My head is clearer. My legs feel lighter. And my blood pressure readings are steadier. But there's something even worse than cold water, not drinking water at all. Skipping morning hydration leaves your blood thick and sticky. That makes it harder for your heart to do its job. It increases the risk of clots, stroke, and even heart attacks, especially in the vulnerable hour after waking up. That's why I say this: water isn't just hydration, it's medicine for your heart. If you've been skipping water or grabbing that ice-cold bottle like I used to, it's time to stop. Start tomorrow differently. Drink 1 full glass of lukewarm water. Not cold. Not scalding hot. Just comfortably warm. And drink it slowly, like your heart depends on it. Because after 60, it does. Let me know in the comments, do you drink water in the morning? Is it cold or warm? If you learned something new today, hit that like button. And keep watching, because the next habit is one many seniors think helps them lose weight, but in reality, it silently inflames the body and spikes your blood pressure every single morning. I thought I was doing something healthy. I did. That's what I told my doctor when he asked why I wasn't eating breakfast. I had read all the articles: intermittent fasting, burn more fat, improve longevity. It sounded perfect. Simple. Healthy. But it was harming me. Quietly. Every single morning. You see, for people over 60, skipping breakfast can do more harm than good. Especially when it comes to your cardiovascular health. Let's look at what happens inside your body when you don't eat in the morning. After a night of fasting, your blood sugar is already low. When you skip breakfast, your body responds by releasing stress hormones, especially cortisol, the fight-or-flight hormone. This surge in cortisol leads to higher blood pressure, increased inflammation, and extra strain on your heart. Your arteries constrict. Your blood becomes more acidic. Your whole circulatory system is on alert before you've even had a bite of food. And it doesn't end there. Many seniors think skipping breakfast helps control weight. But in reality, it backfires. Your metabolism slows down. And by the afternoon, your body craves fast energy, high-sodium snacks, sugary coffee, or processed food, all of which are devastating to your heart health. I wasn't just skipping breakfast. I was skipping energy. I was skipping stability. And my heart paid the price. One morning, I got up, had coffee, no food, and went for a walk. 10 minutes in, I felt dizzy. I sat down on a bench, and my smartwatch beeped. My heart rate was erratic. My blood pressure had dropped. I ended up in the ER. Diagnosis: reactive hypoglycemia combined with dehydration and stress hormones. All because I thought less food equals better health. So what's the fix? No, you don't need a big breakfast. You just need a heart-smart one. Something small but stable. A boiled egg. A piece of banana. A handful of oats. Something to give your body what it needs to gently start the day. Especially if you're taking medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, eating a little in the morning helps regulate their effects and protects your circulation. Let your body wake up with energy, not with panic. Comment below if you've ever skipped breakfast thinking it was good for you. Hit like if this gave you a new perspective. And stay tuned, because next, we're diving into a habit many seniors think is comforting, but damages the heart if done before eating anything. I thought coffee was helping me start my day. Turns out, it was stressing my heart. For most of my life, I started every morning the same way, before water, before food, just straight to coffee. It was a ritual. It woke me up, gave me focus, and made me feel ready. But what I didn't know was that this simple habit was silently damaging my heart health. Here's the real story behind drinking coffee on an empty stomach, especially if you're over 60. Coffee triggers the release of cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. That's fine in moderation, but when your stomach is empty, that cortisol hits harder. It spikes your blood pressure, increases your heart rate, and can cause sudden feelings of anxiety or irregular heartbeat. And it gets worse. Coffee is a diuretic, which means it causes your body to lose water. If you haven't had any hydration yet, your blood thickens even more. That puts pressure on your cardiovascular system, especially if your arteries are already stiff with age. I used to wonder why I felt jittery or shaky after coffee. I thought maybe it was just the caffeine. But one day, something different happened. I drank coffee at 6:30 a.m. No breakfast. No water. At 7:15, I stood up too fast, and my vision blurred. My hands trembled. My pulse raced. I ended up in urgent care. Diagnosis: caffeine-induced tachycardia compounded by dehydration and low blood sugar. In other words, coffee was hitting my heart like a hammer, all because I hadn't buffered it with food or water. Coffee isn't the enemy. The timing is. Since I changed how I drink it, everything has improved. Now, I start my day with lukewarm water, eat a light breakfast, a banana or an egg, and then enjoy my coffee about 30 minutes later. No dizziness. No panic. Just energy, and a calmer heart. So if you love coffee, don't give it up. Just give your body a chance to prepare first. Let me ask you, do you drink coffee first thing in the morning? On an empty stomach? Drop a comment. Coffee first, no more, if you're planning to switch your routine. Hit like if this gave you something new to think about. And don't go anywhere, because in the next segment, we'll tackle a habit most people don't think twice about, but it's quietly the most dangerous of them all for your heart after 60. It started like any other morning. But within 5 seconds, I thought I was having a stroke. That's the truth. I woke up, threw off the covers, and stood up in one motion, just like I used to when I was 30. But this time, my heart didn't like it. The world tilted. My legs wobbled. My vision blurred. And my chest tightened just enough to scare me. No warning. No pain the night before. Just a sudden, terrifying wave of weakness. What happened? I had triggered a sudden drop in blood pressure, something doctors call orthostatic hypotension. And for people over 60, especially those with hypertension, arterial stiffness, or even mild cardiac arrhythmias, this small act of standing up too fast can be shockingly dangerous. Here's the science. When you're asleep, your entire cardiovascular system slows down. Your blood vessels dilate, your heart rate drops, and your blood pressure stabilizes at a lower level. Your body is in a recovery mode. But when you suddenly sit or stand up, gravity pulls blood down into your legs. That means less blood is reaching your brain and heart in those critical first seconds. If your body doesn't respond fast enough by tightening the blood vessels and raising the heart rate, you get lightheaded, or worse, faint. This is especially risky for seniors, because with age, arteries become less elastic. The nervous system becomes slower to respond. Dehydration and medications, like diuretics or beta blockers, make it worse. And what surprised me was that I wasn't dehydrated. I wasn't on a new medication. I just forgot that I wasn't 30 anymore. That my heart needed a little more time to wake up. After seeing a cardiologist, I learned that this wasn't just aging, it was a wake-up call. My heart was struggling with transitions. From rest to motion. From horizontal to vertical. So now, every morning, I follow a new routine. I wake up and stay still for 10 to 15 seconds. I take a few deep, calming breaths. Then I roll to my side, sit up slowly, and let my feet touch the floor. I wait another 30 seconds. Only then do I stand. This 90-second pause changed everything. No more dizziness. No more heart palpitations. No more fear that I'd collapse in the kitchen or bathroom. And if you've ever felt sudden leg weakness, morning lightheadedness, chest tightness when getting up, you might be facing the same issue. A heart that needs to wake up gently. So here's your checklist. Don't rush out of bed. Hydrate before you move. Breathe slowly and stretch your limbs. And give your circulation time to catch up. Let me ask you, how do you wake up in the morning? Drop a comment, slow rise equals strong heart, if you're going to change this habit. Tap the like button if this tip made you rethink your routine. And don't go anywhere, the next habit is the most dangerous of all. It affects your blood pressure, your stress levels, and even your life expectancy. And it starts with a screen. I thought I was staying informed. But I was unknowingly stressing my heart every morning. That's what I realized after months of waking up and immediately checking my phone. News alerts, emails, social media, it all felt necessary. But this habit was silently impacting my cardiovascular health. Upon waking, our bodies naturally experience a cortisol awakening response, a spike in the stress hormone cortisol that helps us become alert. However, immediately diving into stressful content can exacerbate this response, leading to elevated blood pressure and increased strain on the heart. Studies have shown that exposure to negative news or overwhelming information first thing in the morning can trigger heightened stress responses, potentially increasing the risk of heart disease over time. I believed staying updated was beneficial. But the constant influx of information was keeping my body in a state of chronic stress. My mornings, instead of being peaceful, became a source of anxiety, affecting my overall well-being. Now, I start my day differently. Avoid screens for the first 30 minutes. Engage in deep breathing or light stretching. Enjoy a healthy breakfast before checking any devices. This simple shift has made my mornings calmer and more centered. Have you noticed how checking your phone first thing affects your mood? Share your experiences in the comments. If this insight resonates with you, give this video a like. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll explore another common habit that might be impacting your heart health more than you realize. I thought my daily routines were harmless. But they were silently damaging my heart. That realization came after years of seemingly innocuous habits, skipping dental flossing, excessive screen time, and constant stress. I believed these were just parts of modern life. But emerging research suggests otherwise. Poor oral hygiene, Neglecting to brush and floss regularly can lead to gum disease, which has been linked to heart disease due to the spread of bacteria and inflammation. Excessive screen time, spending long hours in front of screens, especially without breaks, contributes to a sedentary lifestyle, increasing the risk of cardiovascular issues. Chronic stress. Persistent stress elevates cortisol levels, leading to high blood pressure and increased risk of heart disease. Irregular eating patterns, skipping meals or eating at inconsistent times can disrupt the body's metabolism, leading to obesity and heart disease. Overconsumption of processed foods. Diets high in processed foods are linked to increased blood pressure, cholesterol, and heart disease. Neglecting regular health checkups, failing to monitor blood pressure, cholesterol, and glucose levels can allow silent conditions to progress, increasing the risk of heart disease. Excessive alcohol consumption. Drinking too much alcohol can raise blood pressure and contribute to heart failure. Smoking. Tobacco use damages blood vessels, increases blood pressure, and reduces oxygen in the blood, making the heart work harder. Lack of physical activity. A sedentary lifestyle can lead to weight gain and increased risk of heart disease. Poor sleep habits. Inadequate sleep can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease. I believe that maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise would offset these habits. However, I overlooked the cumulative impact of daily routines. Research indicates that these seemingly minor habits can significantly affect heart health over time. To support my heart health, I made conscious changes. Oral care, brushing twice daily and flossing to prevent gum disease. Screen breaks, taking short breaks every hour to stand, stretch, or walk. Stress management, incorporating mindfulness practices like meditation and deep breathing exercises. Consistent eating schedule, eating meals at regular times to maintain metabolic balance. Whole foods diet, reducing intake of processed foods and focusing on whole, nutrient-rich options. Regular health screenings, scheduling routine checkups to monitor vital health indicators. Moderate alcohol consumption, limiting alcohol intake to recommended guidelines. Smoking cessation, seeking support to quit smoking and avoid tobacco products. Physical activity, incorporating at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise daily. Sleep hygiene. Establishing a regular sleep schedule and creating a restful environment. These adjustments have improved my overall well-being and energy levels. Have you considered how your daily habits affect your heart health? Share your experiences in the comments. If this insight resonates with you, please like the video. But here's the good news, even if you've made all these mistakes for years, it's not too late. In the final segment, we'll reveal the heart reset formula, simple yet science-backed changes that can restore your heart's rhythm and strength. You won't want to miss the final piece that brings it all together. I thought I was doing everything right. But my heart had other plans. That realization hit me hard. Despite my efforts, eating well, exercising, avoiding obvious risks, my heart health was deteriorating. It wasn't until I uncovered hidden habits and made targeted changes that I truly began to heal. I discovered that even subtle lifestyle choices could significantly impact my heart. By addressing these, I crafted a comprehensive approach to heart health. Balanced nutrition, adopt a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Limit processed foods, added sugars, and excessive sodium. Regular physical activity, engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise weekly, such as brisk walking or cycling. Quality sleep, aim for 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep each night to support overall cardiovascular health. Stress management, incorporate relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or yoga to reduce stress levels. Regular health checkups, monitor blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels regularly to detect and manage potential issues early. Avoid harmful substances, quit smoking and limit alcohol consumption to reduce strain on the heart. Implementing this formula transformed my health. I felt more energetic, my blood pressure stabilized, and I regained confidence in my well-being. Your heart has carried you through every moment of your life. Now it's your turn to carry it forward, with care, with purpose, with love. If today's video helped you understand your heart better, imagine what a week, a month, a lifetime of good habits could do. So please, don't stop here. Rewatch the habits. Share this video with someone you care about. And most importantly, start with one change today. If you found value, hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for future insights. Because your heart deserves better. And we're here to help you give it just that. Until next time, take care, and take care of your heart.